Hello, friends. Welcome. As you can see, I'm very dewy because it's a balmy 103. I don't know, what is that, like 39, 40? Whatever it is, it's too much. And that is summer, right? We crossed the threshold into summertime practice. I think that's exciting. And I will admit, I have a little tummy ache today. I think it's from the heat. So I'm going to invite in, sorry, I'm shaking the chair that the thing is on. I'm going to invite us in for a really restful practice today. So, yay! I want to do what we did last week. We hung out in this three-part breath observation on the floor. And to be honest with you, this is just like one of my most favorite practices ever. It's super therapeutic. It does so much for the body. It builds a beautiful foundation for awareness, right? So connecting mind to body, body to breath, the anatomy of the breath. It's yet another body, this somatic practice is going to bring us into the body, root us into the body. Um, and really, we want to know everything about the breath because the breath, as we cultivate foundation practices, generating practices, intermediate practice, whatever they are, physical, energetic, emotional, mental, intellectual, spiritual, breath is everything. So you kind of can't overdo with breath. And a deep understanding of what's happening when we're breathing and then energetically what's happening like this. It's also, I think, one of the easiest meditative focal points that there is. Like that. So, with that said, come onto the floor. Make your own sound effects of, of arriving to the floor. Stretch and wiggle in any way that's just coming to mind as you plop down onto the floor. Is that a stretch of the arms overhead? Is that some zigzag twist? Just like when you're waking up in the morning and just spontaneously moving in the bed. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah. Oh. And then arrive to a resting place here in the center. Might be comfortable, legs extended, for a little support, lessening that curve in the low back. A few breaths just to arrive. Is that in and out through the nose? Is that in the nose and out through the mouth? Are you finding a few yawns as you allow the body to melt into the earth below? And while you're here, just let the breath flow naturally. Let your body find its way towards ease. Maybe you need to keep the knees bent, right? Maybe we need a big old rest for the low back. Could be a little combination, right? We're going to be focused on the breath, so it could be that we start out legs extended, knees bent, legs extended. Could even be feet wide, knees together. Kind of depends on what's feeling good. Let the body be at ease, let the breath be at ease. How are you breathing right now? Where are you breathing? Belly, chest, shoulder thoracic region? How about the front and back sides of the body? How about the space between the breaths? What's happening there? Space between the breaths. With these observations in mind, gently bring the hands somewhere onto the lower abdominal region and let the elbows be relaxed onto the floor. You could always have pillows or folded blankets under the elbows, even blocks, to help be supportive across the chest, the shoulders, so that you can feel the weight of the hands and the heat from the hands, bringing your mind to this part of the body. Here in this area of the body, focus the breath. See how the breath moves the front part of belly, back part of belly, into the hips themselves. Feel the fullness of the breath in the lower abdominal region. With breath into the belly, we can lay here for the next hour and just breathe into the lower abdomen as a beautiful therapeutic practice. Massaging the vagus nerve. encouraging the body towards that parasympathetic response, coming into stay and play, rest and repair. Shifting the hands upwards in a comfortable placement on the chest where you can feel the movement of the rib cage, breath moving into the chest region, the front side, the back side, dancing between the ribs. Don't forget about that back part of the chest. 70% of the lung tissue lives back there. Breathe into all the way through the skin, touch the floor. Find that breath in the back part of the body. I think symbolically, we're so forward thinking, right? Always projecting into the future. I think we're really front body focused, and even in terms of our fascial recruitment. But we're so powerful in the back part of the body. It's where the ancestors live. So we have the deep kidney bladder batteries. And then shift those hands a little higher towards the shoulder thoracic region. It's just about helping to bring the mind there. So we still want the elbows relaxed onto the floor, just fingertip or two, or at or near the collarbones. And if that's not comfortable, you don't have to place your hands there at all. It's not a requirement. You just want to feel the breath up here at the shoulder thoracic region. How high up do the lungs go on the front, on the back side? Now let the hands fall onto the floor or down onto the lower abdomen and enjoy here the fullness of your breath. Now zoom your observation to the whole body. What feels different after doing this three-part breath? Reclined observation. What do you feel throughout the body? That same sense of pranic awareness and the places that we were breathing to. A sense of cool and calmness, right? Were things buzzing beforehand and now are cool, buzzing thoughts, buzzing feelings in the body, buzzing bellies, right? It's so easy to just say, oh, I got this belly, let me drink some mint tea. But what if I just started with rest? What if I gave my body the necessary rest fuel to heal itself, to course correct, right? To find its right rhythm. This is the therapeutic practice. This is about listening, moving from the feedback that your body's giving you. So even if I'm giving some sort of instructions or suggestions, that means nothing in terms of what you should be doing. You're going to listen to your body. I'm going to go with that. If you've had your legs extended, go ahead and bend your legs. And what's the first thing that might feel good here for me? It's a few pelvic tilts. Just kind of getting a little fluid moving through those SI joints. And then definitely zigzag twist is in order. Breathe in the center, arms out to the side. And drop both knees to the side. Turn the head in the opposite direction. Hold here. Zigzag twist. Feet could be wider. That means knees are going to be wider. That means it's going to affect more on the outside of the hip. If you have the feet closer together, then you're going to feel more of this twist in the low back. I'm going to widen my feet. So my body does not love extreme heat. Especially not when it's like pleasant, 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 really hot. That's just not what my body does well with. So there are just some cranky places that are so cranky today. And it's just heat. Oh yeah, it's just like the influence of exertion and heat. But I mean exertion of like just regular living, not out like breaking rock or anything. What my body loves is water immersion. Like that's my balance. So if I'm in a hot place, I need somewhere that I can immerse my body. That does the trick. Inhale in the center, exhale and twist. Inhale in the center. Now, if you felt like, no, I need a more dynamic movement, right? Then we could just be alternating from side to side, inhaling in the center, exhale and twist. Inhale in the center, exhale and twist, like enjoying fluid movement. Nice. Back to center. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give the legs. So when it is blazy hot out, we come onto the floor. We be on the yin surface of the earth. Yang sun energy beaming down. Right now, drying my clothes on the roof to an absolute crisp. No iron needed. But also, I gotta tell you, the sun will keep your whites really white. Yeah, sun bleaching. Let's go. I'm doing a little figure eight here, knee in towards chest, one at a time, and just letting that rocking movement be part of the massage around low back, almost reaching the greater trochanter there on the leg. Back to center. Let's go all the way side to side massaging. So, yes, laying on the back certainly deserves a back massage. Let's bring it back to the center, holding at the knees, circles around the low back. Opposite direction. Nice. Give a squeeze to the low back. And from here, releasing the legs, make a few windshield wipers. Have a big stretch overhead. Let's bend both knees, gently roll to the right side and sit up. And I'm kind of feeling today some joint purification practices, Sukshma Viyama, because of summer heat. Have you noticed how things get pretty puffy, swollen, tight? Well, let's move fluid and fluid filled spaces. We'll start all the way down at the toes. Hands are behind you. Comfortable stance here. We could also have fists. We could have fingertips. There could be no hands as well. We're going to start down here with flex and point at the ankle. Circles in the same direction. And I want to do like a lot. Let's go the opposite directions. I did 15 this time. Nice. Separate the feet a little, make some windshield wipers. These are circles in opposite. Let's go switch. Lovely, right? It can even feel like tiring, right? To move the limbs and it's super hot out. Let's do knee pull-ups. Squeeze the quadricep muscles. Pull the kneecaps up and down. Just naturally happens as you contract and release the quads on top of the thighs. You could even try a few faster. And some wiggle. Nice. So we could be seated on the edge of something, a blanket folded or a pillow. That might give us a little extra space to move. Here we've got some hip circles. Opportunity to move inside the hip joint. Let's go opposite direction. Remember, Sukshma Viyama also works, or these practices, Padamuktanasana, Sukshma Viyama, this also moves energy blockages, right? So when that fiery, flamey thing you're feeling in that right hip is actually energetic, these practices are amazing. Breathe. Breathe with the movement. Let that prana flow through the joint spaces. Hold in the center. And then we've got some sort of experimentation through half lotus, drawing this foot upwards towards the crease of the thigh, knee down towards the floor. A little dynamic movement if that feels good. All right, so this range of motion for me is really tight today. I could still play around with the figure four stretch, and moving that foot towards the crease of the thigh. I could come down here, something more like Janu Sirsasana, just playing around with what's available, adding some wiggles, and then stretching that leg. Breathe into the joint space and the surrounding spaces. Take a breath in between. Feel the two legs. Do a couple knee pull-ups if that feels like a helpful thing to do. For me, it's always a helpful thing. Let's try that opposite side. So we started with hip circles. Opposite direction. Well, I feel like I did 10 on the first side, so I'm going to go back the other way and do 2. Cradling and rocking, side to side. Foot could also come into the crease of the elbow. Elbow wraps around the knee. Breathe. And hold. And half lotus. Some nice movement into the joint space. Nice. Playing around with what's available in terms of range of motion. Stretching that leg when you're ready. Windshield wipers and knee pull-up. Bring the feet into butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Once upon a time, I used to play around with little dynamic movements in this pose too. Try that out. Think less gym class, more therapeutic movement. Okay, let's do some pelvic circles. Opposite direction. Go back first direction. Switch again. Finding a center space. Sometimes I do a little massage for those kind of tight toes. Summertime toes can be a little tight. Let's take a forward fold that feels good. Inhale, exhale. Feet wrapped around the toes. Hands turned inside, elbows out. Holding at the calf, ankle. Breathe into tight places. Places holding. Relax jaw. Next inhale. Coming back. Hands come behind. Inner rotation of the hip. Dynamic movement. Keep going. External rotation. I'm going to turn this way today. One leg comes behind. Come a bit forward. And over to the opposite side. Inhale. Exhale. One more to each side, at least. This is really doing something for you. You stick with it as much as that feels like the right thing. And we're back up to center. Stretching legs, windshield wipers. If it's comfortable to fold up, to do a little upper body loosening. Arms coming straight out, fist with the thumb inside. Wrists up and down. Circle. Opposite direction. Little wiggles, flat palm up and down. Nice. Wiggles in between. Doing a little spontaneous movement. Looks like it needed to release from upper thoracic. So this is a perfect example of just spontaneous movement. Here we go. Make a fist to the thumb on the inside. Elbow circles. Not the easiest joint to move. It's the way it's constructed. Let's switch. Small shoulder circles. Relax the jaw. And switch. Big elbow circle. Switch. Shrug the shoulders, shaking up the arms. Neck movement, gentle neck movement. Shall we take a twist in between? That just feels like the right thing to do here. Inhale, center. That would feel like the right thing. Let's do neck movement. Inhale, chin back. Exhale, chin towards the chest. Gentle smile on the face. Relax facial muscles. Let's go right and left movement. Ear to shoulder. Let's go. Tuck the chin and roll up to the shoulder, down to the middle. Opposite shoulder, inhale, exhale. Relax the jaw. Back to center. One more time, some of that thoracic movement. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, a little bit of crunching of the chest. And with your chest forward, inhale in the center. Exhale and twist. So this is one of my favorite ways to practice. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Where you start with like a real chill thing, and then like dynamic wiggles. Yeah, dynamic wiggles. This is one of my favorite ways to practice. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Nice breath in. Exhale, center. Pause, feel the whole body. Stretch your legs if you need to. Feel the whole body buzzing, just like when we paused after a three-part breath. You're still breathing into the whole body. Now there's this movement, flow, tingling sense of activation. That's spanda. Movement and flow in the fascial network, in the energy channels of the body. Prana, chi, life force energy flowing, expanding. Open the eyes and feel outside of the body. Even trace that space and imagine that same amount of space underneath you and be out here a little. Be in the expansion. It's a lot easier to get into those expansive states in summer. Yep. Let's bring it on forward. And into what is actually extremely therapeutic for the knees. So it's also crawling around on a soft padded floor. Let's see how the whole spine is doing here. Cat pose breathing. Inhaling. Arching, looking up. Exhale, spine towards ceiling. Couple more. Let's take this side to side. Inhale. Exhale. One more time to each side. And we're back to center. Child's pose, back onto the heels. Arms extend forward, forehead towards the floor. Bring this on up and back, little earth face stretch. So feet are a little bit wider than hips. Knees together, hands behind. It starts here. We just want this big stretch in the front part of the body. If there's more available to you to lean back, feel free. Breathe to the whole front part of the body, but off the body, like breathe and expand. Spleen, stomach channels. Nice breath in, exhale, arms by the sides of the body, forward fold.
Breathe into the back body. So we did this as a Kung Fu meditation pose when I was at the Kung Fu ashram here in Morocco. I must say it was particularly challenging. I would guess we were here for maybe 20 minutes. Use your hands.
Help yourself come up to diamond pose. Wow, there was a lot going on in there in my upper thoracic spine. Just sitting with that in a neutral position for a moment. Bring yourself down onto the belly. Stretch it forward, Adva Asana, reversed corpse pose. Breathe into the front part of the body, melt into the floor. Coming back to this space of rest and repair. Oh yeah, I could stay there a while. Let's bring it into Sphinx pose. Elbows into the shoulders, easing up and back. Breathe. A little bit of time in the opposite direction from that hold that we did in child's pose. Bring it into crocodile, melt a little. Like a perfect warm summer day. Nice breath in. Exhale. Advasana. Bend the knees. Bend your elbows. Flap your fishtail from side to side. Just let that be a little massage for the hips, low back. We've done something similar from the back, double leg twist, from seated, internal rotation, dynamic movement. Now from this prone position, bringing yourself up and back into child's pose. Might feel some of that summertime lightness in the body. Slowly making our way back up. Any position, seated, this diamond pose, feeling the whole body at the end of our practice. Refreshed. Well, I feel like I could do a lot more movement, but I got to skedaddle into something different. What might you do at this point in time with your practice? What's being called to you? Thank you for sharing this practice today. I feel amazing. I hope you feel more amazing as well. And next class will be from a little bit of scenery change, as it is time to move on in the adventure. Feeling a little spontaneous lunge on my way to say bye.